exercises here, all built around our work exercise, which is going to be a deadlift today, RDLs, and finisher obviously is going to balance up the day so you have a full body workout ahead of you. All right, today's equipment, all you're going to need: kettlebell, if you have one, dumbbells, and a band if you need a band for extra resistance. Other than that, we can get it all done with whatever you have. Sound good? Roll over at your waist. We are working hamstrings and glutes today, lower back. So make sure you get that stretch. Stay there for a second. Let your arms hang, let your head hang. Move your hips left and right. Open up the lats. Walk yourself out to a plank. High plank position here. Simple stuff. Stay here for a second. I've been doing this kind of wrist roll out for our wrist, I should say. So hold that plank, squeeze your glutes, get that core activated, and then just roll your shoulders all the way past your fingertips, right direction first for me. Get 5 and then go 5 in the other direction. Squeezing your glutes, keeping the core nice and tight. Once you get 5 each side, I really want you to keep your glutes nice and tight, and then shift your shoulders way past your fingertips. Press your palms into the floor, really feel that wrist and shoulder. You guys have tight wrists, tight forearms, you're gonna feel that, but you're really leaning forward. I'm like on my tippy toes, really leaning. You can see how our shoulders are past my fingertips. And then I want you to come back into it, press into it, downward dog. Bend your knees, bring your heels up off the floor, and then press your hands into the floor. Really extend those arms and get those lats fired up. And then I want you to straighten your legs. Bring your heels to the floor. You can shift your weight left. Bend your right knee. Drop your left heel to the ground. Say hello to your calves. Then shift to your right. Left knee bends. Right heel goes down. At the same time, you're continuing to press your hands into the floor. Feel those glutes, hamstrings and calves. From here, drop back down to a plank. You still haven't come down yet, right? You're still holding that core tight. Still getting it fired up. Now I want you to squeeze your glutes really hard. Tight, tight, tight. I want you to pick your left hand up and just balance there for a second on one hand. Glutes are tight. You should feel that core activate. Touch your left shoulder and then drop it back down. Squeeze your glutes. Keep that trunk nice and tight. Lift your left hand up. Stay there for a second. Let your right side body activate. Touch your right shoulder. Drop back down. Try not to move your hips. Lift your right hand up. Put it on your left shoulder. Stay there for a second. Press that left hand into the floor. 3, 2, switch sides. Squeeze your glutes first. Take your left hand up off the ground. Touch your right shoulder. Squeeze your glutes. 3, 2, time. Good. One more each side. Press that left hand into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Touch your left shoulder with your right hand and stay there. 3-point plank. I don't know about you, but my core is shaking right now. Switch sides. Last one. Lift that left hand up, touch your right shoulder. Squeeze your glutes. Keep that back flat. Stay there. 3, 2, and then come back down. Good stuff. Downward dog. Push your hips back. Open up the lats. Open up the hamstrings. Lower back. Good. Come right back down into a plank now. We're not done. Almost. Okay, now you're holding that high plank. Squeeze your glutes. You're going to press your hands into the floor. push your hips back, and I want you to reach your right hand in between your legs to your left ankle. Really get that cross body stretch. And then come right back to a plank. And then opposite, reach. Touch your right ankle with your left hand. Back to center. Reach, right hand, left ankle. Push back, reach, left hand, right ankle. We're doing 10 of these. Every time, trying to push your hand into the floor a little bit harder. Get more of a stretch. Once you get 10, hold that high plank for a second. You're gonna walk yourself back up to a standing position. 3 exercises. First round, you're gonna try to get it done within a minute. Second round, two rounds within 2 minutes. And third round, 3 minutes. You got to do 3 rounds, right? So here are your 3 exercises. First up, a plank scapular rocker. I can't stress it enough, guys, how important it is to have your glutes tight. It helps with activating your front part, which is your abdominal, which we think is all of our core, but really our glutes are a major part of our core. And a scap, right back here. So we're gonna be doing some rocking on that. I'll show you how it looks. So here, low plank, squeeze your glutes, keep that trunk nice and tight. I want you to pinch your shoulder blades while your glutes are tight. I want you to rock forward like we did earlier. Really push those elbows into your side and push your head way past your hands. From here, I want you to press up and back this way, like a seesaw. And then I want you to come back down here. Pinch your shoulder blades, rock forward, drive your elbows in, and reach this way. You're gonna feel that stretch all in your lats. Obviously your core is being activated, so you're gonna feel it there as well, okay? We're doing 5 of those. Next up, bicycle, simple stuff. Bicycle crunch, here you go, Kevin. Here's what you were asking for yesterday, baby. Here, hollow rock position to start with, right? So you're already engaging the core. Now, gently press your hands, fingertips into your head. Not even press, just hold them there. Bicycle is, alternating this way. And you don't have to come off the ground that much. My lower back is staying touched to the floor. Just my shoulder blades are coming up, and I'm just reaching a little bit. Okay, so it's here. Please, I don't want you to press onto your neck, it's not good. Barely use your fingertips as a guide, but you're really trying to reach your armpit and shoulder up, okay? Make a big cross across your body. Super important. And last up, kettlebell swings. Simple stuff. Okay, kettlebell swings is priming all of these muscles back here for the deadlift later, okay? So your objective is to keep that kettlebell close to your zipper area. Okay, it's basically a hinge. And then glutes. Key component is not going all the way back this way. I say it every time. Don't let that weight control you. Once that weight comes this way, your job is to brace down and keep those abs tight, okay? 5 scap rocks, 7 each bicycle crunch, 7 kettlebell swings. You're still here, and then it's here. 10, 9, deadlift. I don't care what kind of deadlift you're doing. Regardless,
If it says DL, it's a deadlift. And I want you to focus on 2 major things. Maybe 3 if you can fit it into your brain. But the most important 2 are folding over at your waist. Just think about folding over from here. Act as if there's a hinge on like a door right here, and you're just pushing back. That's the first thing. Number 2, make sure your back is flat. Okay, you don't want to round here. All these exercises are preparing you or helping you strengthen your posture. The stronger these muscles are back here, all along your back, your posterior chain, the better they protect your spine. Okay, and your spine's important. That's the first thing that kind of like develops as humans. It's super important, right? So you got to protect it. So this is a great exercise, but if you round your shoulders and you don't focus on keeping those shoulder blades back here, you're susceptible for injury, right? So today, for instance, it's an RDL, which means Romanian, which means you're keeping more of a straight leg. Your legs are more straight. I'm not saying locked out. I'm saying slightly bent, micro bend, natural bend, because you're focusing on folding over here. Okay, got it? So that's one thing. Number 2, make sure your shoulders are rotated back this way. You can see the difference. Here, I just look normal, but when I rotate back this way, my lats engage, right? So that's what you're trying to do. Activate this. So if you have a kettlebell, I'll show you modifications if you don't have a heavy enough kettlebell. But let me just go through the movement, okay? That kettlebell is gonna be, or dumbbell, it's 2 different ones. So I'll go through both. If you have a kettlebell, you're gonna be keeping that kettlebell in the center of your feet. Okay, simple stuff. And then your first things first, rolling your shoulder blades back. Getting those upper back muscles activated. Second, fold over at your waist. Okay, simple stuff. Pushing those hips all the way back. Feeling it in your hamstrings and glutes. You should also feel it in your upper back because you're squeezing that kettlebell back. Okay? So how we're doing it, the 10 seconds on the way down is going to be here. 10, 9, 8. Once you get to 1, you'll hear my count, obviously. Once you get to 1, you're going to drive like we did the kettlebell swing. All that weight now is back here. Your hamstrings are loaded, so to speak. They're activated. Now you got to drive on the way up. Okay? It's not a swing though. So, okay? So you're still keeping that good strong posture. Now that's for the kettlebell. If you have dumbbells, they're gonna be at your side. Same thing though. You can still do it this way. Notice my back is still straight, not this. Okay? If you hear me say rib cage up, it just means lift this part up. Lift this part up. Okay? Now, those are with dumbbells. If your kettlebell is not heavy enough, here's what I would recommend. If you have a band, standing on it, putting it behind your shoulders, or behind your neck, on your shoulder blades, or top of your shoulders, okay? Arms are in front of the band. You don't want the band to distract you. Now you're reaching forward. You can still keep those shoulders back. You can get that extra resistance now because the weight is pulling this down, right? As if the kettlebell obviously is pulling the weight down, but this is pulling your head and shoulders down. So your job is to keep that upright posture. And I'll do the first one with you. Here we go. 3, 2, standing up. All right, slightly bend your knees. Shoulders back. Here we go. Start going down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 rep. Back down. Push your hips back first. Shoulders back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big strong rep. 1. Last one. Here we go. Bend your knees, hips back. 10, 9, shoulders back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, drive up, 1 rep, squeeze your glutes. Done. Don't need the kettlebell anymore. All you're gonna need is a set of dumbbells. And your own damn body weight. All right, so your exercise number 1 is gonna be the 1 to 10, climbing up. It's gonna be a Renegade Row or Plank Row. We did them earlier, guys. You remember when I asked you to do this? Well, guess what? Now you're gonna be using dumbbells. Couple key components here. I talk about them all the time. Make sure your wrist is under your shoulder. Call that stacking. Number 2, squeeze your glutes, tuck underneath, keep that trunk nice and tight. Keep the core nice and tight, squeeze the glutes. Now, Renegade Row, shifting your weight to one side. Do it this way so you can see. Notice I have a nice wide stance, obviously. Not obviously, I should say. Notice that I have a wide stance to begin with. This is gonna be easier than this because I have less base of support. This is a wider base, okay? It's gonna be easier. The closer I go in, it's more difficult to keep my trunk nice and tight, okay? So your job is to work hard on keeping a flat back and keeping those glutes engaged, shifting your weight to one side, and then rowing up. It's okay to shift, but what I want you to work hard on doing is not letting that hip drop down, okay? That's gonna be 1 to 10. The descending is gonna be V-ups. Flat position here, starting every time, flatten your back. And then back down. Do you have to touch your toes? No. Is it something to work for? Sure. But I'm concerned about folding over here now and reaching those toes. Reaching for the toes. Okay? 1 to 10 on the Renegade Row, 10 to 1 on the V-ups.